Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala khayril mursaleen. Muhammadin an-nabi al-ummi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd, yaqulu Allahu ta'ala fil Qur'an al-Kareem. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna 'alan nabi. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu tasliman. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mulana Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Well, what did we call this one? Agents of repression. Remember the story about Any Day Now, the guy we was in prison with, and we always asked him he was going to go home, and he'd say, "Any day now." Well, that's the California thing. Any day now. I have a lot of little stuff here. You can get all of it on the internet. COINTEL program and what have you. I just had a feeling to say something else before I leave. I tell you the real reason is that years ago we used to have the feeling that man, I want to get this one more message out, because the way I felt about it, the message was so serious and so up to date that boss man might be a little mad about it and might try to finish you off. I feel the same way about this period right here. This is a very serious period for us. And number one, we're dragging the system face down in front of the whole society. See, everybody right now, best way I can put it, world events are coming our way from all kind of hidden directions. Did anybody see Turkish TV last, a few days ago, when they have a Saudi Arabian guy, they'll have a Western guy, and then they'll have some other people on this Turkish television show. They do real good dialogue. The white woman that they had on represented the 9/11 people. And so they had the Saudi guy that always defends Saudi Arabia, you know, and no matter what they do. Then they have another Western guy. What stood out for me was they was trying to blame everything on Iran, first of all, which is normal, no problem. But when they got to saying some things, the white lady started talking about what she's about and her crew. And she said, Saudi Arabia has been, same thing we say, has been supporting these guys and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and we're not going to stand for it anymore. You tried to shoot us in that direction, you know, toward Iran. But it was you all the time. And this Saudi guy says, he says something, and she just like a typical white lady. Stop it! Stop it right now! Talking to the Saudi. And he followed orders like he didn't say hardly nothing else. You better stop that now! Because he was starting to make up for Saudi. I said, this is wonderful. See, a lot of people don't see it the way we might see it. We see it as, oh, This is 15, 16 years later, whatever it is, it's a long time ago, right? 2001 was a long time ago, 17 years ago. And they're just getting to the point that we've been at. This is why patience and perseverance is really necessary for us. You know, because see, most people have a short attention span for movement. We've always went for the long distance run. The other thing is we're dragging the system. Our job is to manifest clearly to show the world certain things. We have to show the world. I know we repeat it a lot, but that's our mission, to show the world that you can challenge the system. Now you have to remember, face to face, and we have already done it. Now we called out Daniel Pipes before, right on TV. We called out Abe Foxman them. We called out Steve Emerson them. None of them, what we told them briefly was, you stand back there and run your mouth. If you're so bad, you come out here and deal with us. Well, they're gonna have to do it this time. Because whatever they got, B'nai B'rith downtown, whatever they got everywhere we go, we calling them out. You just sit back there and you done ran your mouth and you done used your 8-pack, I-pack, E-pack, you know what I mean, to manipulate the people. Well now, you done said this about us, we calling you out. Who you think you can sit up there, and nobody gonna sue you in no court? We telling you, if you so bad, now they can take only so much of this. Now remember, when we go public, big time public over and over again, we win no matter what happens. We calls them out. Come on out of there, sucker. You done said this Fox News, them old Hannity. It's been a long time ago, but see, Hannity the next day, we went down to Houston, we did a program. That next day or the day after that, Hannity called me up and said, well, we just want to have a radio interview. And I said, sure. So I was right there in Islamic Education Center, IAC of Houston. You know, it's a big glass library. I'm in the library where I can hear it quiet, but everybody is outside, they got the radio on, they listening. So what Hannity do, he mentioned a few things, and I come back blistering hot. He got the mute button on. All they can hear is him, all like scolding me. And he got the mute button on me. No problem. First of all, it's a radio show. The visual effect of that thing that we did the day before, it's been on and on and on, and have 25,000, some say 29, some say 10, but it's on different websites. All of them are way up in 10,000, 20,000. That thing is over 10 years old, it's 11 years old, but ain't nothing he can do about that. You see? Okay, we calling them out. That's part of the, see now, going global. That's all the thing I can say about it, global. World-class leadership, world-class movement. All the transitions that we have been through have been, we feel like they're necessary, they were necessary. But they were training, and they were, I don't know if y'all remember the lessons on or the lectures on systems analyst. There was another one on sports psychology that we did. You know how when you get way up, you're in the zone and all, which everybody knows that. I'd like to explain a little bit about some of the things that have been happening for a long time. Actually, all the time. But you notice we do talk about these different events and forecasting and what have you. Now, it's not a crystal ball. It's us, let's say 1%. Psychology, study, history, that's our part. The other 99%, and actually it's more than that, but I'm just using some terms. Everything returns to Allah, comes from Allah. But we're just saying in human terms. The strategic enhancement and management and all of these things that we do, we actually sit down and study and all the time. That's basically all we do is run, lift a little iron, throw a little gravel, you know, and lift a little weights and study. Maybe watch a little news. Maybe you have to loosen your mind up. Go to a movie or somewhere, because before we didn't do that at all. We did strictly just focused. It was good. We didn't have no TVs, we didn't have no, so boy, when you, and this stuff about marriage, you know, I don't know about other people, I wasn't trying to get married. Because I didn't even technically want no wavelengths interfering. But I tried it. It's okay. It was a surprise. I remember Hussein, them, good in Arabic. Hussein.
Yeah, Jabril.
Jabril, the al-Faqih, yeah. So we was out at the IEC after I got married. He said, I bet you're not running no more. I said, of course I am. Those are life enhancement processes. You know what I mean? You can't explain it to people that don't know. I try to tell the children, I said, physical fitness program is so important, it's unbelievable. I say, you decide, with Allah's help, how you're going to feel every day. If you stumble along, which once you get your mind and your heart and your Islam fixed, you won't even know what depression it is, what depression is. But in case you just feel bad or something, you go out and run and get yourself together and you're feeling good. So you control, there's some people on, you control how you feel. Like I was trying to explain to the brothers when I was in jail a few months ago, why I wasn't eating. Now you know in jail everybody get the most sandwiches, and they get the apple, they get orange juice. I don't know what the heck they was doing. Some of the little powder they get, everybody was snorting it. Salt, I don't know what it was. But I mean, they're sitting right here. And I'm not going to be a fool and ask them, what are you doing? So I just looked at them and saw it can't be much because they give it to them in them old government bags of food. But you know, eating is the only pleasurable thing that you can do there in jail. So every time they gave me a bag, and this go on all the time I'm in jail. When I get out, I go have a meal, but when the rest me right after that, I'm back on fasting. I mean, straight fasting all the time I'm there, except water. I was doing this to the urine was changing color. It's getting real dark, different than regular fast. But anyway, the point is, I was controlling. I did fasting, push-ups, and praying. Dawah, gratefulness, looking at everybody. Now, back to this 99% and 1%. This is standard hadith ratio. All the stuff that come up, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala arranging it. That's why nobody can do nothing about it. If they keep looking at me and trying to shoot me down, and the more they do, the worse it gets for them. So, but what we are doing in human terms, we basically are slapping the system around in front of everybody. We are slapping the system around and whooping they behind bad in front of everybody. It's almost like everybody else scared of the system, and we go up and tickle it. That's what we do, we tickle it. While everybody else is in ruku and sajda to the system, we make fun of it. But we know what we're doing. Let me give you, remember the police out there? Okay. I knew exactly what I was doing. I wouldn't do that in another type of environment. But that was the perfect time for me to use that on them. Why? They're on our territory. They can't shoot, they can't say, well, we was just sitting out in front of the masjid and we shot him. Right? They're on our territory. Right? They're at the wrong time and the wrong place. So we can do what we want. Now, over in the park, in the bushes, you say hands up, like the guys sometime I run in the park, there they are. Hands up. We're looking for a guy with a hoodie on, a black hoodie. I said, why, you dumb cracker? I said, I've been running this park for 25 years with a black hoodie and everything else. Wow, we're not. And then the sergeant, the lieutenant said, it was real. They was really looking for somebody. I got the call, I said, you're lying. Lying sapsucker, as they used to say. You talking about looking for somebody with a black hoodie that ran in the woods. Just when I'm getting ready, I'm by the swimming pool, getting ready to go down the hill and on around. Okay. Okay. So when we get back to Oakland, we're going to go right there with our PA system to the police department, which is about 10 blocks or less from our masjid. And we're going to sell wolf tickets. We're going to tell them what our business is. We're going to tell them that it's up to me whether I go back to the masjid today or whether I wait till the court date. I mean, as soon as I get there, I'm going to do it. Because you don't have no more right to do nothing. And I'm going to lay out the crimes that they have been doing. All this stuff we see now, the demonstrations and everything. And I was thinking about it because I tell the kids, they went down to the demonstration. And they were saying, yeah, yes. And then I even talked to Sakina up in Boston. Isn't that wonderful what they're doing? I said, it ain't wonderful. Then I explained to them what it is. They get quiet. You know, that demonstration was like all the other demonstrations. On television, they were saying, just imagine, those kids were unknown yesterday, and now they're in front of millions all over the world. It's a worldwide phenomenon. Yeah, whenever they want to do it. Remember when Anson there wanted to, okay, remember the circuit? They can take a Negro from flat-footed on the circuit in a few months. He's the most known Negro speaker in America because they have the agenda. It was clear on the Women's March, remember that? How is Salsar, whatever her name is, you don't hear much from her now, huh? You see anything? They just made her up overnight, and she thought she was going to get around. A few of the Muslims invited her around. You see, she did a couple of programs. But from flat-footed, I don't know what she said. I just had a vision or a dream that we got to do something stupid. I don't know. Do y'all remember what lie she told on? Anyway, from unknown to
Superstar.
huh?
To superstar.
Superstar, just like that. All them people coming, and you know it's some of the people coming up to us. Remember, one of the guys got a Russian hat on it with a red star on it, letting us know he's a communist. That stuff went out 85 years ago. No communist, no real red would wear that. And I started running the questions real quick. What about so-and-so? We not with them. In other words, they don't know nothing about nobody. But they supporting what we talking about. All the white folks stopping, oh, they're just happy to see us, right? Because that's what they're supposed to do.